intimate atmosphere at Douglas Park, all within the space of 3 days. Celtic get the match underway, wearing their change strip as they did on Wednesday night against Dynamo Kiev. And the conditions overhead very blustery and wet, and the sun peeping through for the moment. But difficult conditions, I would think, for Celtic to adjust to in the opening stage of the match. And Hamilton wearing their familiar red and white hoops, still struggling to settle into a formation as they find their feet in the Premier Division. Just 2 draws from their opening matches. And Hamilton, though, are strengthened by the return after injury of Alec Taylor in midfield, and their recent signing for £25,000, Jerry McCabe from Clydebank, a very important player now supporting the front two. Celtic have made 1 or 2 adjustments, notably giving a well-earned rest to young Tony Shepherd after his recent exertions in the very tough series of matches Celtic have been going through in the last few weeks. They've left him on the bench alongside Alan McInally. Danny McGrain continuing at right back, and Pierce O'Leary's superb second half performance on Wednesday night in Kiev earning him a place in the side from the start this afternoon. Here's Johnston, bumped from the back by Miller. Free kick taken quickly by Grant. Here's McGee. Swept forward for Johnston to chase, and John Miller taking no chances, turning it out for the Celtic throw. Celtic with that very potent threat up front, McClair, Johnston and McGee. There's McClair, chance for McGee. That was good goalkeeping from McKellar, going down quickly at the feet of Mark McGee to force the error from the striker. But well set up on the right by Brian McClair, playing it across the near post area. There was McGee, and McKellar was quickly down to close him down. O'Leary up with Phillips. McKay picks up the loose ball. This is Miller. And almost a chance for Phillips. Bonner quickly off his line. McClair's header inside. There's Grant, using his strength, leaning on his man. There's Johnston, and fine positioning by McKellar in the Accies goal. But a fine move this from Celtic. Played forward by McGrain. The head flick inside from McClair. There was Grant using his strength to win possession. Thread it through for Johnston, and McKellar advancing to the 6-yard line. That's from McClair. Challenge from the back by McVeigh. Brian McClair not terribly thrilled, I think, with the quality of the pass from Peter Grant. And a word with his colleague. That's a good free kick, McStay to Grant. McKellar couldn't hold it. Collins was there for Hamilton. That certainly was a let-off, and some slackness in the Accies defence, allowing that free kick to catch them out. Here's Grant. Now O'Leary. Paul McStay. A cloud in space on the left. Too high for Johnston. And McStay miscued with a shot from the edge of the box. So this free kick was really well taken by Paul McStay. Grant stealing into space, a good ball across the 6-yard box. McKellar couldn't hold it, and Collins was there to clear. Clearance again from Mitchell. Peter Grant finding space again for Celtic, as he has done frequently in the match so far. That's a fine pass to McClair. Great chance for Celtic. And he sliced the cross all right, straight into the arms of McKellar as Johnston waited. With a superb build-up this. Peter Grant right in the thick of it. With a fine pass into space for McClair. Now you'll see here he tried to play it across goal and put it straight to McKellar. For Danny McGrain. McClair is free again, a great chance for Celtic. And good goalkeeping by McKellar. Mitchell tidying up with a pass back to his goalkeeper. But Hamilton almost paying again for not picking up that channel, inside right channel, exploited here brilliantly again by Danny McGrain. A superb pass, finding McClair bursting clear. McKellar very quickly out to meet him, and that was good goalkeeping. Miller playing it across, but no one in that space in the Celtic box. Here's Mo Johnston busting clear. And a fine opportunity goes a begging. Johnston thinks he was held as he went through. It came from the initial error by John McVeigh, playing the ball into the path of Johnston. Collins trying to get back, appeared to make a lunge at Johnston, didn't appear to make contact, and the chance was lost. Aiken's header. McCabe again picking up the loose ball in midfield as he has done so often in the match. Fouled by McStay. Now John McVeigh with Barr on the outside. Well, that's given away to McClare. Johnston chasing. He's away from Collins. Appeared to use an arm. The referee allows play to go on. Here's Mark McGee with a chance for Celtic. Well, now perhaps justice was done there as McGee missed that chance, because this appeared to be a clear case of handball by Mo Johnston. Played forward. There was Johnston. Yes, surely a hand was used. So McGee with a great chance for Celtic, shoots it wide, and that appears to be justice done for Hamilton. Good header that by McVeigh. Takes it back from Miller. Now Barr. Robbed by Murdo MacLeod. Playing it out of defence with the help of Derek White. McClare doing well, winning the ball from Derek Walker. He appeared to lose it the first time. He has Johnston on the right. Grant is waiting in the middle, so is Mark McGee. McKellar with a touch. That'll be a corner kick. The final touch that from the Accies keeper. But a good looping cross this in the end from Mo Johnston. Made the position, sending it across. It got a deflection. McKellar did well to touch that away from McGee. Walker wins it for Hamilton. Here's Jerry Phillips. Accies getting men forward now in support. One of them is Bobby Barr. He's onside. A great chance for Hamilton. And it was blocked by Aiken. The Celtic defence was undoubtedly stripped on that occasion, looking for offside as Barr burst clear on the right. And they could have paid dearly for that. McStay now to McGrain. Grant forced to play it back to Aiken. And there goes the half-time whistle. Celtic not offering a vintage performance by any means, perhaps something of a hangover from the long trip to Russia in midweek. But Hamilton, full of resilience and determination, working very hard indeed. They almost snatched the lead right on the half-time whistle as Barr brought clear on the right. Aiken was in the way as McCabe tried to get on the end of the cross. So that leaves the half-time score here at Douglas Park. Hamilton Accies 0, Celtic 0. Hamilton start the second half playing up the hill. Very pronounced slope on the pitch here. Celtic have the advantage of going downhill in the second half, and they'll certainly be looking to improve markedly, I think, on their first half performance, when they didn't appear in any way to look more impressive than Hamilton, despite the fact that the length of the league is between the two sides. Hamilton, who haven't even won a point here at Douglas Park in the league this season. There are only 2 points being collected in draws away from home. And there has been a change in the Celtic lineup for the second half, with Tony Shepherd coming on the right side of midfield, and just like Wednesday night, the man going off is Danny McGray. McStay to Shepherd. McStay trying to get away from Alec Taylor. That's good play from McStay. Great chance for Celtic. Johnston, and he took it away from Brian McClare. Good save from McKellar. Murdo MacLeod's shot. Well, this was all the creation of Paul McStay on the right for Celtic. Superb play, breaking clear, sending it across. Johnson went up, appeared to deceive Brian McClare, and the shot from Murdo MacLeod, well saved by McKellar, although it may have been going wide anyway. Mitchell's header. Grant playing it wide. And Aiken with the nudge on Miller as he went for the ball. Free kick to Hamilton. So John Miller will take it. Jerry Collins joining the attack. Up goes Collins. Shepherd sending it a long way back, and it almost caught Pat Bonner too far off his goal line. Well, what a dramatic pass back this was. Tony Shepherd lofting it back. Bonner had advanced and had to stretch himself to his full height to win possession. So here's Tony Shepherd. That's cut up by Barr. Yes, Phillips on the right. Barr may go himself. The Celtic defence closing in quickly enough to cut off the danger. A good ball from McStay. The return from Grant. This is promising for Celtic. Here's Mark McGee. Away from McVeigh the second time. And playing it into the side netting. McGee hoping for a corner kick, I think. Good build-up. McStay playing it inside, taking the return from Grant. He had McGee on the left all the time. McGee now coming in to try to go past John McVeigh. McVeigh making life very difficult for him indeed. And McGee eventually forced to thump it into the side net. Miller with a pass back. There's Johnston. A chance now for Celtic. McKellar's out of his goal. Johnston trying to make certain. And McGee couldn't turn it in. Neither could Paul McStay. Well, one of the best chances of the match so far. Johnston cutting off the pass back, going wide of McKellar. This keeper scrambling back to his goal line. Johnston trying to be accurate with the ball inside. And the cover was there for Hamilton. Shepherd. Well taken by McKellar. Grant's header picked up by McStay. Here's Murdo McLeod dropping back near the left back area in the second half. Ball Paul McStay going forward, and the tackle comes in from Jerry Collins. There will now be a substitution for Celtic. And Alan McInally being welcomed by the Celtic supporters. The chant of Rambo was up around the stadium. And the man going off is Mark McGee. O'Leary's free kick, up goes Johnston. The header down from McInally, and McClare couldn't reach it. Inches away from the opening goal. Well, it's a prodigious leap from Mo Johnston which sets this up, heading it on. There's McInally. McClare coming in, he couldn't quite reach it. Now Jerry Phillips for Hamilton, sending over the cross. There's Miller. And a fine effort from the Hamilton striker, challenged by Derek White. Phillips did well, turning, sending over that very fine ball, chested down by Miller. The shot blocked by White. And that's a corner kick. And Collins up with the attack. Derek White's header. Derek Walker back now with the throw. He took the corner kick a moment ago. Now Jerry McCabe. This time the foul has been given to Celtic. McCabe clearly disagrees. So quarter of an hour left for play, still no scoring. And Hamilton perhaps showing signs that they fancy their chances to get their first Premier Division win of the season. Grant's free kick. Nodded back by Miller. Here's McCabe. That's for Miller, a chance for Hamilton. 1-0 to Accies, John Miller. The Accies bench erupts, the supporters around the stadium celebrate, as do the players. And this is down to the passing ability of Jerry McCabe. The header coming forward. McCabe got the break of the ball. O'Leary wanted a free kick. How about that for the perfect pass and the accurate finish from Miller? His first goal for the club, and Hamilton are in front. Well, what a shock for Celtic. Anything but a vintage performance from them. But now facing the prospect of the shock defeat of the season so far. Mailer to McCabe. Foul against McLeod. Now instructions coming from the Hamilton dugout. They want to calm things down. I'm sure they'll reinforce the defence. But what a delightful pass that was from Jerry McCabe. He got the break of the ball initially all right, but the pass set it up brilliantly for John Mailer. So there's the Accies fan of 40 years or so. Fergie supporting his team. Well-known figure here at Douglas Park. Still Hamilton now coming forwards. And that almost sneaked in at the post. Been carried over for the corner kick by Bonner. But from the free kick, the ball nodded on by Phillips. He took the chance to get it back from that rebound. The near post ball, and it almost got underneath the body of Pat Bonner. Here's Roy Aiken. Pumping it forward, McClair using his pace, but McKellar coming out. Okay, towards Phillips. Here's O'Leary. Phillips again. He has McCabe on the outside. Neat ball to Barr. And a fine ball across the face of the goal, which could so easily have given Hamilton the second. Well, here's some more artistry from Jerry McCabe. He waits for Bobby Barr to make that run, sends it into his path, and that's a great cross, not taken up by the Accies attack. McClair's header, here's Paul McStay. Now McLeod, sprinting away from McCabe. Now Paul McStay. And the ball was half blocked by Miller. McKellar beats it out. There's McStay again. Well, Paul McStay conducting a one-man attack on this Hamilton defence, and out of luck on two occasions. Martin McLeod coming inside, playing the ball to McStay. Now look at the power in this shot. It came off the head of John Miller. McKellar beat it out. In came McStay again, and that's wide of goal. Really hustled out of it by Phillips. Mailer to McCabe. And Mailer hadn't continued a forward run, nor had Jerry Phillips. It's back with Pierce O'Leary. Let's head it on. Mitchell caught out by Johnston. That's a penalty kick. What a disaster that was for Hamilton and for their captain Graham Mitchell. There appeared to be no danger here at all. Mitchell taking the ball back. Johnston came in, pulled off the ball by Mitchell, and that was a clear penalty kick. So now the penalty will be taken by Ryan McClair, I'm sure, and he has a 50% record this season. He's scored one and missed one. So it's McClair against McKellar. Beautifully struck by McClair, his 16th goal of the season. Joy for the Celtic fans and dreadful disappointment for Hamilton. McClair striking this firmly to the right-hand side of Dave McKellar. Here's McClair. McInally. Here's Aiken. Still Roy Aiken making for the byline. He's won the corner kick. Just a couple of minutes left. The Celtic press for the winner. Shepherd's corner. There's McInally with a header. Helped on its way by O'Leary, but McKellar was on the right spot. Header from White. There's John McVeigh. An offside flag is up against John Mailer in the middle. The free kick to Celtic. Certainly not taken from the correct spot. referee Douglas Hope has managed to go through the match without showing any yellow cards, happily. Here's Johnston. Mo Johnston makes it for Celtic. Johnston at his striking best. The long free kick from O'Leary, the head flick on from McInally, and drilled home in stylish fashion by Mo Johnston. The last minute of the match, and Celtic appear now to have snatched victory when defeat looked inevitable a few short minutes ago.
So 2-1 for Celtic, the final score, and our apologies.
This afternoon, Mr. David Syme from Rutherglen,